This is PolitiPod's Set Up to Be Let Down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
Welcome to a special on PolitiPod's Set Up to Be Let Down Indictment Watch 2023, the Superseding Edition. Once again, we join you with our reading and take on the latest indictment of Donald J. Trump. Honestly, we didn't expect to be back so soon. For this indictment, we have our indictment reader, Erika Klemmt-Ginsberg. I'm your host, Matt Nisenoff, along with fellow Opinionators and Snarkologists, Bickle and GD Fenderson. Erika, we start with you.
U.S. versus Donald Trump, Waltine Nata, and Carlos de Oliveira.
The title of the indictment we're here to discuss is The United States versus Donald J. Trump and Waltine Nata. But the more Trump talks, the more it becomes Trump versus Trump.
And it won't do the DOJ any good to try to flip Nata because he's suffering from white privilege by proxy syndrome.
The name Waltine is a boy's name meaning fortified town. It could become synonymous with fortify with good behavior.
Nata is in the soup, which is ironic as Waltine sounds like a white cracker.
Notice regarding superseding indictment. The grand jury in the Southern District of Florida returned a superseding indictment in this case, adding one defendant and 4 counts. This notice is intended to apprise the court and defendants of the specific changes to the original indictment and the steps that the special counsel's office is taking to ensure that the superseding indictment does not disturb the court's scheduling order or May 20th, 2024 trial date. The new count under 18 U.S.C. Section 793E. The superseding indictment adds a new count 32, charging defendant Donald J. Trump with one additional count of unlawful retention of national defense information.
As president, Trump had lawful access to the most sensitive classified documents and national defense information gathered and owned by the United States government, including information from the agencies that comprise the United States intelligence community and the United States Department of Defense.
Yes, President Trump had access to the most sensitive classified documents, but as an idiot, he couldn't understand them.
Paragraph 35 of the superseding indictment, which was paragraph 34 in the original indictment, now contains a new final sentence relating to the new count 32.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like
beginning.
when Millie's talking about, we're going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in. That's right, trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. I said, isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. We looked at them. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Mm-hmm. Except it is like highly confidential, secret. There's secret information. Look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would put that out all the time,
she'd send it to Anthony Weiner, the pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? He said it. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so, look, we hear I have, and And you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
Trump showed Susie Wiles, Liz Harrington, and Margot Martin a classified map like he was playing Risk. Now they're all talking to Jack Smith. I guess he was right.
New obstruction defendant and counts. The superseding indictment adds a defendant, Carlos de Oliveira, to the obstruction conspiracy that was charged in count 32 of the original indictment. That conspiracy is now charged in count 33. The superseding indictment also charges defendants Trump, de Oliveira, and Waltine Nauta with 2 new obstruction counts, counts 40 and 41. These additions are based on allegations that the defendants attempted to delete surveillance video footage at the Mar-a-Lago Club in the summer of 2022. The superseding indictment includes the following new items related to the new obstruction charges. Paragraph 7F and 97G allege one additional manner and means of furthering the obstruction conspiracy, attempting to delete security footage at the Mar-a-Lago Club to conceal information from the FBI and grand jury.
Yeah, Trump suggested that his attorneys hide or destroy some of the documents that the grand jury wanted to produce. Like he would have gotten rid of them himself, but he had extra Taco Bell for lunch. I know, boy, does he miss those White House plumbers now.
Paragraph 10 introduces de Oliveira.
The Mar-a-Lago Club contains 25 guest rooms, 2 ballrooms, a spa, gift store, office space, outdoor pool, patio, and exercise facilities. The club also had hundreds of members and was staffed by more than 150 employees, and none of them could get Trump to use the exercise facilities.
Paragraph 62 and 63 now identify de Oliveira as the person who helped Nauta move approximately 30 boxes from Trump's residence to the storage room on June 2nd, 2022, whereas paragraph 61 of the earlier indictment referred to de Oliveira as an employee of the Mar-a-Lago Club.
At this point, Nauta is more like a Dostoevsky character in the Brothers Curry box off.
Paragraph 73 alleges that de Oliveira was one of the others identified in paragraph 72 of the original indictment who, on June 3rd, 2022, with Nauta, loaded several of Trump's boxes along with other items on aircraft that flew Trump and his family north for the summer.
Before meeting with the FBI, Trump had boxes loaded on an airplane heading north with his family. The old, "Oh dear, let me pack your bags before you get on that airplane."
Paragraphs 74 through 87 allege how the defendants attempted to delete surveillance footage showing movement of Trump's boxes at the Mar-a-Lago Club.
Trump, Nauta, and others worked together to hide and keep the documents. There is no I in team, but 2 in indictment.
And paragraph 91 alleges Nauta's and Trump's efforts on August 26, 2022 to confirm and maintain de Oliveira's loyalty.
Trump's legal team is trying a new legal theory to defend Trump's misguided belief that he is entitled to keep classified documents after he left office. White Housing by proxy syndrome.
New false statements and representations count. The superseding indictment adds a new count 42, charging de Oliveira with false statements and representations in a voluntary interview with the FBI on January 13th, 2023. Paragraph 119 of the superseding indictment sets forth the alleged false statements.
Nauta voluntarily spoke to prosecutors so he could lie and say he knew nothing about the boxes of documents Trump possessed, which only proves that he'd learned from Trump.
The court's scheduling order. The superseding indictment should not disturb the court's scheduling order, ECF number 83, or the May 20th, 2024 trial date. And the special counsel's office is taking steps related to discovery and security clearances to ensure that it does not do so. First, with respect to Trump and Nauta, Count 32 does not expand the scope of the unclassified discovery that has been provided and that will be provided. The special counsel's office will promptly produce discovery related to the new obstruction defendant, allegations, and counts, and will identify material within previously produced discovery that relates to the new charges. Second, with respect to De Oliveira, the special counsel's office will provide counsel a copy of the protective order for unclassified discovery, ECF number 27, and once counsel has entered an appearance in the case, will arrange to produce all unclassified discovery that has been provided to the other defendants. Moreover, the special counsel's office will immediately connect De Oliveira's counsel with the litigation security group to begin arrangements for clearing De Oliveira's counsel to review classified discovery.
PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host Matt Nisenoff will return after this brief message.
PolitiPod contributor Rhonda Handsome is an award-winning director and comedian. Catch her Monday nights on Sirius XM Channel 127 when she joins John Fugelsang's Tell Me Everything, #HandsomeMonday.
And now back to PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host Matt Nisenoff.
U.S. versus Donald Trump, Waltine Nauta, and Carlos Oliveira, defendants. Superseding indictment. On March 30th, 2022, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, opened a criminal investigation into the unlawful retention of classified documents, superseding indictment. On March 30th, 2022, the FBI opened a criminal investigation into the unlawful retention of classified documents at the Mar-a-Lago Club. A federal grand jury investigation began the next month. The grand jury issued a subpoena requiring Trump to turn over all documents with classified markings. Trump endeavored to obstruct the FBI and grand jury investigations and conceal his continued retention of classified documents by, among other things, A, suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. B, directing defendant Waltine Nauta to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump's attorney, the FBI, and the grand jury. C, suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. D, providing to the FBI and grand jury just some of the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena while claiming that he was cooperating fully. E, causing a certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury, falsely representing that all documents called for by the grand jury subpoena had been produced, while knowing that, in fact, not all such documents had been produced. And F, attempting to delete security camera footage at the Mar-a-Lago Club to conceal information from the FBI and grand jury.
Trump tried to delete the videos by thinking, I erased thee, I erased thee, I erased thee.
Or at least keep TMZ from having any evidence.
PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host Matt Nisenoff will return after this brief message.
Hi, I'm Jacob Nisenoff, and I'm one of the people who make PolitiPod, the podcast. Yeah, the political podcast that you haven't listened to yet. We are a group of people who have fun with politics, governance, and more. We alone can save you from making your own political humor podcast. Our writers put together one-liners, sketches, and even a small amount of information on upcoming elections every 2 weeks. You can find out what we have done the last 7 years by going to the soundcloud.com/politipod, or just visit on any Tuesday to see if it's one of the Tuesdays we have a new episode. However you want to do it, feel free to enjoy the laugh and be on your way. Thanks for listening to me. Now go listen to your new political humor podcast of choice, PolitiPod. We're at soundcloud.com/politipod.
And now back to PolitiPod's setup to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
Beginning in January 2022, defendant Carlos de Oliveira was employed as the property manager at the Mar-a-Lago Club. Prior to holding the position of property manager, de Oliveira was employed as a valet at the Mar-a-Lago Club.
In hindsight, this was closer to a bowel movement than an upward movement.
Having more actual work experience than Trump.
On June 2nd, 2022, between 12:33 p.m. and 12:52 p.m., Nauta and de Oliveira moved approximately 30 boxes from Trump's residence to the storage room.
I bet the next time de Oliveira gets a call to help move some boxes, he's going to say, "New phone, who dis? Better not be Nauta."
In sum, between May 23rd, 2022 and June 2nd, 2022, before Trump Attorney 1's review of Trump's boxes in the storage room, Nauta, at Trump's discretion, moved approximately 64 boxes from the storage room to Trump's residence, and Nauta and de Oliveira brought to the storage room only approximately 30 boxes. Neither Trump nor Nauta informed Trump Attorney 1 of this information.
I'm getting an idea for a replacement program for The Apprentice.
The false certification to the FBI and the grand jury. Shortly after Trump Attorney 3 executed the false certification, on June 3rd, 2022, Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 3 met at the Mar-a-Lago Club with personnel from the Department of Justice and the FBI. Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 3 turned over the red weld folder containing documents with classification markings, as well as the false certification signed by Trump Attorney 3 as custodian of records. Trump, who had delayed his departure from the Mar-a-Lago Club, joined Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 3 for some of that meeting. Trump claimed to the Department of Justice and the FBI that he was an open book.
Yes, the picture book of American traitors.
Earlier that day, Nauta, de Oliveira, and others loaded several of Trump's boxes, along with other items, on aircraft that flew Trump and his family north for the summer.
From now on, de Oliveira won't even load a baked potato without an attorney.
And they weren't even charged for additional luggage.
The attempt to delete security camera footage. On June 3rd, 2022, when FBI agents were at the Mar-a-Lago Club to collect the documents with classified markings from Trump Attorney 1 and Trump Attorney 3, the agents observed that there were surveillance cameras located near the storage room.
And the agents tried to remember if they had ever been to any parties at Mar-a-Lago.
And they saw cameras at Mar-a-Lago? Have they met Trump?
On June 22nd, 2022, the Department of Justice emailed an attorney for Trump's business organization a draft grand jury subpoena requiring the production of certain security camera footage from the Mar-a-Lago Club, including footage from cameras on ground floor basement where the storage room was located.
A draft grand jury subpoena is fresher and more robust than a bottled grand jury subpoena.
Hitchcock shuddered.
On June 23rd, 2022, at 8:46 p.m., Trump called de Oliveira and they spoke for approximately 24 minutes.
And then de Oliveira had to wait an hour before getting into the pool for fear of cramping up or drowning in guilt.
He has a very poor cell phone plan.
On Friday, June 24th, 2022, the Department of Justice emailed the attorney for Trump's business organization the final grand jury subpoena, which required the production of any and all surveillance records, videos, images, photographs, and/or CCTV from internal cameras at certain locations at the Mar-a-Lago Club, including on ground floor, basement, from January 10th, 2022 to June 24th, 2022.
At which time Trump ordered that the years on all of the requested materials be changed to BC, before conspiracy.
And still never got an Oscar nomination for cinematography.
That same day, June 24th, 2022, at 1:25 p.m., Trump's attorney once spoke with Trump by phone regarding the subpoena for security camera footage. At 3:44 p.m., Nauta received a text message from a coworker, Trump employee number 3, indicating that Trump wanted to see Nauta. Less than 2 hours later, Nauta, who was scheduled to travel with Trump to Illinois the next day, changed his travel schedule and began to make arrangements to go to Palm Beach, Florida instead.
Nauta's arm didn't have to be twisted too hard to change his plans from Illinois to Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, what a sacrifice he made. Boo-hoo.
Who's a good dog, Nauta?
Given his prior non-denials, Trump is expected to testify and say, sure, it's illegal to delete footage or to tell a guy to delete footage, but is it illegal to tell a guy to tell a guy to delete footage? Checkmate, jerk. I'm still a stable genius.
PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff, will return after this brief message.
PolitiPod contributor Rhonda Handsome is an award-winning director and comedian. Catch her Monday nights on Sirius XM channel 127 when she joins John Fugelsang's Tell Me Everything, #HandsomeMonday.
And now back to PolitiPod's set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
Nauta provided inconsistent explanations to colleagues for his sudden travel to Florida. At 7:14 p.m. on June 24th, he texted one person that he would not be traveling with Trump the next day because he had a family emergency and used shushing emojis. At 9:48 p.m. that night, he texted a Secret Service agent that he had to check on a family member in Florida. And after he arrived in Florida on June 25th, he texted the same Secret Service agent that he was in Florida working.
And now they called his wife, Savannah Rogers, saying, breaking up, Illinois tunnels.
The agent then contacted the chief, but demanded to use the cone of silence. Oh, wait, no, that's Get Smart.
Around the same time on June 24th, that Nauta was making his travel plans to go to Florida, Nauta and De Oliveira contacted Trump employee number 4, who was the director of information technology, IT, at the Mar-a-Lago Club, as follows. At 5:02 p.m., Nauta sent text messages to Trump employee number 4 asking, hey, bro, you around this weekend?
Only in a Trump organization would the IT guy not immediately respond with, try turning it off and turning it back on again first.
At 5:05 p.m., Nauta texted De Oliveira asking, hey, brother, you working today? De Oliveira responded, yes, I just left. Nauta then called De Oliveira and they spoke for approximately 2 minutes.
This time was about their brony collections.
At 5:09 p.m., Trump employee number 4 texted a response to Nauta. I am local, entertaining some family that came to visit. What's up? Nauta responded to Trump employee number 4. Okay, cool. No biggie. Just wanted to see if you were around. Enjoy, bro.
From context, the FBI knew they'd fit the description of a young man who owns Hawaiian shirts and cheap sunglasses.
At 6:56 p.m., De Oliveira texted Trump employee number 4. Hey, buddy, how are you? Walter called me early, said it was trying to get in touch with you. I guess he's coming down tomorrow. I guess he needs you for something. Trump employee responded, he reached out, but he didn't say what he wanted. I told him I was local, but entertaining some family that came in from New York City this weekend. He told me, no worries.
You know when girls in elementary school pass notes about liking boys?
At 6:58 p.m., Trump employee number 4 texted Nada, bro, if you need me, I can get away for a few. Just let me know. Nada responds, sounds good, thank you.
Everyone knows that employee 4 is Yosso Tavares. The name Yosso means freedom lover, so he's going to cooperate.
I like that this Yussel joke is sort of meta-usel.
On Saturday, June 25th, 2022, Nada traveled from Bedminster, New Jersey to Palm Beach, Florida. Prior to Nada's trip, De Oliveira told a valet at the Mar-a-Lago Club, that's Trump employee number 5, that Nada was coming down. De Oliveira asked Trump employee number 5 not to tell anyone that Nada was coming down because Nada wanted the trip to remain secret. De Oliveira also told Trump employee number 5 that Nada wanted De Oliveira to talk to Trump employee number 4 to see how long camera footage was stored.
Long camera footage is stored the same way as short camera footage is stored, just at a lower temperature.
De Oliveira also told Trump employee number 5 that Nada didn't want anyone to know he'd be wearing Jordache jeans and a homemade Brony convention t-shirt, and that he really wanted an egg salad sandwich for lunch.
Shortly after arriving in Palm Beach on the evening of June 25th, Nada went to the Mar-a-Lago Club and met with De Oliveira at 5:46 p.m. At the Mar-a-Lago Club, Nada and De Oliveira went to the security guard booth where surveillance video is displayed on monitors, walked with a flashlight through the tunnel where the storage room was located, and observed and pointed out surveillance cameras.
Okay. At which point, Nada should have said, we don't want to be seen on those cameras moving boxes, especially after we've been subpoenaed to turn them over.
They always want to have filming on their good side, those pompous bastards.
On Monday, June 22nd, 2022, at 9:48 a.m., De Oliveira walked to the IT office where Trump employee number 4 was working with another employee in the IT department. De Oliveira requested that Trump employee 4 step away from the office so that De Oliveira and Trump employee number 4 could talk.
The conversation went like this. Hey, Yussel, let's talk over here where the IT person can't hear us and the mics can pick us up better.
This was also the premise of a porn film based on this called Mar-a-Lago.
At 9:49 a.m., Trump employee number 4 and De Oliveira left the area of the IT office together and walked through a basement tunnel. De Oliveira took Trump employee 4 to a small room known as an audio closet near the white and gold ballroom. Once inside the audio closet, De Oliveira and Trump employee number 4 had the following exchange. De Oliveira told Trump employee number 4 that their conversation should remain between the two of them. De Oliveira asked Trump employee number 4 how many days the server retained footage. Trump employee number 4 responded that he believed it was approximately 45 days. De Oliveira told Trump employee number 4 that the boss wanted the server deleted. Trump employee number 4 responded that he would not know how to do that, and that he did not believe that he would have the rights to do that. Trump employee number 4 told De Oliveira that De Oliveira would have to reach out to another employee who was a supervisor of security for Trump's business organization. De Oliveira then insisted to Trump employee number 4 that the boss wanted the server deleted and asked, what are we going to do?
Employee 4 had the following exchange. Did I mention the porn film Mar-a-Lago?
After De Oliveira told Tavares that the boss wanted the videos deleted, Tavares responded, "We have Springsteen on video and you want me to erase it? Screw you." And those tapes were never erased. De Oliveira should have said Trump wanted the videos deleted.
He also demanded Trump employee 4's lunch money.
At 10:14 a.m., De Oliveira texted Nauta, who was still in Florida. "Hey, buddy, are you working today?" De Oliveira then called Nauta at 10:15 a.m., and they spoke for approximately 1 minute.
1 minute on the lips, a lifetime in evidence. PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff, will return after this brief message.
Hi, I'm Jacob Nisenoff, and I'm one of the people who make PolitiPod, the podcast. Yeah, the political podcast that you haven't listened to yet. We are a group of people who have fun with politics, governance, and more. We alone can save you from making your own political humor podcast. Our writers put together one-liners, sketches, and even a small amount of information on upcoming elections every 2 weeks. You can find out what we have done the last 7 years by going to the soundcloud.com/politipod, or just visit on any Tuesday to see if it's one of the Tuesdays we have a new episode. However you want to do it, feel free to enjoy the laugh and be on your way. Thanks for listening to me. Now go listen to your new political humor podcast of choice, PolitiPod. We're at soundcloud.com/politipod.
And now back to PolitiPod's set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
Later that day, at 1:06 p.m., Nauta texted De Oliveira, who was at the Mar-a-Lago Club. "On my way to you." Between 1:31 p.m. and 1:50 p.m., De Oliveira walked through the bushes on the northern edge of the Mar-a-Lago property to meet with Nauta on the adjacent property, then walked back to the IT office that he had visited that morning, and then walked again through the bushes on the northern edge of the Mar-a-Lago Club property to meet with Nauta on the adjacent property.
There is no video of them beating around the bush, but we can speculate.
Ow, chicka, wow, wow.
Mar-a-Lago.
At 3:55 p.m., Trump called De Oliveira, and they spoke for approximately 3.5 minutes.
But it felt like a lifetime.
Things didn't get any better.
The court authorized search of the Mar-a-Lago Club. Just over 2 weeks after the FBI discovered classified documents in the storage room and Trump's office, on August 26th, 2022, Nauta called Trump employee number 5 and said words to the effect of, "Someone just wants to make sure Carlos is good." In response, Trump employee number 5 told Nauta that De Oliveira was loyal and that De Oliveira would not do anything to affect his relationship with Trump. That same day, at Nauta's request, Trump employee number 5 confirmed in a Signal chat group with Nauta and the PAC representative that De Oliveira was loyal. That same day, Trump called De Oliveira and told De Oliveira that Trump would get De Oliveira an attorney.
A short one, right? When De Oliveira's loyalty was questioned, Trump was assured that Carlos was solid as a rock. Trump was confused as to whether it was the actor, the comic, or the country. He wanted to bomb one of them.
Sure, go after the Hispanic guy.
And by good, Trump simply meant that Carlos would testify truthfully and honestly. You're right, that sounds highly unlikely.
Counts 1 through 32. Willful retention of national defense information. 18 U.S.C. Section 793E.
Presentation makes it sound like a PowerPoint rather than pointless blather by someone who used to be in power.
The general allegations of the superseding indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference.
Under the Be Prepared doctrine,
The general allegations of the superseding indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference. The conspiracy and its objects. From on or about May 11th, 2022, through in or around August 2022, in Palm Beach County, in the Southern District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendants, Donald J. Trump, Waltin Nauta, and Carlos de Oliveira, did knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with each other and with others known and unknown to the grand jury to engage in misleading conduct towards another person and corruptly persuade another person to withhold a record, document, and other object from an official proceeding in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1512B2A. To corruptly persuade another person with intent to cause and induce any person to alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal an object with intent to impair the object's integrity and availability for use in an official proceeding in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1512B2B. And to corruptly alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal a record, document, and other object from an official proceeding in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1512C1.
Trump objects to the word conspiracy unless it's one of his.
PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff, will return after this brief message.
PolitiPod contributor Rhonda Handsome is an award-winning director and comedian. Catch her Monday nights on Sirius XM Channel 127 when she joins John Fugelsang's Tell Me Everything, #HandsomeMonday.
And now back to PolitiPod set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023 with your host, Matt Nisenoff.
The purpose of the conspiracy. The purpose of the conspiracy was for Trump to keep classified documents he had taken with him from the White House and to hide and conceal them from a federal grand jury.
But also to sell them to the Saudis.
The manner and means of conspiracy.
This should be brief, as Trump has no manners by any means.
The manner and means by which the defendants sought to accomplish the objects and purpose of the conspiracy included, among other things, the following. A. Suggesting that Trump Attorney 1 falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the May 11th subpoena.
Asking your attorney to lie to the feds has big get your wife to call in sick energy.
B. Moving boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump Attorney 1, the FBI, and the grand jury. C. Suggesting that Trump Attorney 1 hide or destroy documents called for by the May 11th subpoena. D. Providing to the FBI and grand jury just some of the documents called for by the May 11th subpoena while Trump claimed he was cooperating fully. E. Causing a false certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury representing that all documents with classified markings had been produced, when in fact they had not. F. Making false and misleading statements to the FBI,
which we all know now as pulling a Trump.
G. Attempting to delete security camera footage from the Mar-a-Lago club to conceal the footage from the FBI and the grand jury. All in violation of Title 18, the United States Code, Section 1512K.
Trump claims that they were not trying to delete security camera footage, but in-security camera footage to protect the camera's family.
These guys really don't like video as a medium. Some people blame Marshall McLuhan.
The general allegations of the superseding indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference.
By reference, but not by choice.
From on or about June 22nd, 2022, through in or around August 2022 in Palm Beach County in the Southern District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendants, Donald J. Trump, Waltin Nauta, and Carlos de Oliveira, did knowingly corruptly persuade and attempt to persuade another person with intent to cause and induce any person to alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal an object with intent to impair the object's integrity and availability for use in an official proceeding. That is, Trump, Nauta, and De Oliveira requested that Trump employee number 4 delete security camera footage at the Mar-a-Lago club to prevent the footage from being provided to a federal grand jury, all in violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 1512B, 2B, and 2.
Named in the previously redacted indictment by the pseudonyms Mo, Larry, and Curly, respectively.
Trump, Nauta, and De Oliveira, or from this point on known as the Prep H Boys, because their asses are in need of some relief.
But they're doing it to make America great again, so isn't it really okay?
Count 41. Corruptly altering, destroying, mutilating, or concealing a document, record, or other object. 18 U.S.C. Section 1512C1, 2. The general allegations of this superseding indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference.
Here by reference and heard through the grapevine.
From on or about June 22nd, 2022 through in or around August 2022 in Palm Beach County in the Southern District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendants, Donald J. Trump, Walter Nauta, and Carlos de Oliveira, did corruptly alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal a record, document, and other object, and attempted to do so with the intent to impair the object's integrity and availability for use in an official proceeding. That is, Trump, Nauta, and de Oliveira requested that Trump employee number 4 delete security camera footage at the Mar-a-Lago club to prevent the footage from being provided to a federal grand jury, all in violation of Title 18 United States Code, Sections 1512C1 and 2.
No. Yeah, well, why should the object be the only thing with integrity in Mar-a-Lago?
Also, because Trump wasn't the one on the screen.
Count 42, false statements and representations, 18 U.S.C., Section 1001A2. The general allegations of this superseding indictment are realleged and fully incorporated here by reference.
Here by reference, but hereby known as soup or seating. You can't have both.
On January 13th, 2023, de Oliveira participated in a voluntary interview with the FBI at de Oliveira's residence. During the interview, the FBI explained to de Oliveira that the FBI was investigating how classified documents had been kept at the Mar-a-Lago club, and the FBI asked de Oliveira questions about the location and movement of Trump's boxes and other items. De Oliveira was advised by the FBI that the interview was voluntary and that he could tell the agents to leave at any time. The FBI also advised de Oliveira that it was a criminal offense to lie to the FBI. The interview was recorded.
De Oliveira responded, "I'm confused. Do you want me to lie or not?"
But it didn't help.
At which point de Oliveira rubbed his hands together and declared aloud, "Tell Pinocchio I said hold my beer."
On or about January 13th, 2023 in Palm Beach County in the Southern District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendant, Carlos de Oliveira, in a matter within the jurisdiction of the executive branch of the United States government, did knowingly and willfully make a materially false, fictitious, and fraudulent statement and representation. That is, in a voluntary interview during a federal criminal investigation being conducted by the FBI, de Oliveira was asked the following questions and gave the following false answers. Question: when, after the end of the presidency, boxes arrived to Mar-a-Lago. Were you part of any group to help? Answer, no.
That is, he lied like a dog, a quadriplegic dog, like a snake with acrophobia. He lied like a worm with vertigo.
Question, unload them and move them? Answer, no.
The man lied before the question is out of the guy's mouth. You just don't see that kind of hardworking, diligent criminality anymore these days. It's a lost art, really.
Question, do you even know, like, were you even there or aware that boxes were? Answer, no.
Again, he leaps impatiently into the waiting arms of the False Statements Act charge. There are times when courage is hard to distinguish from stupidity. This is not one of those times.
Question, like all this stuff was being moved in? Answer, never saw anything.
The government is playing a strong hand of Texas Hold'em, and De Oliveira is doubling down on a pair of draw twos.
Question, okay. Answer, yeah. And then, question, even his personal stuff like his clothes? Answer, never. Question, and furniture? Nothing? Answer, never saw nothing.
De Oliveira's defense at trial will be to claim he's been functionally blind since the age of 6, complete with donning a pair of dark glasses on the stand.
Question, okay, so you don't know where items would have been stored as soon as he moved back to Mar-a-Lago? Answer, no.
After the interview, De Oliveira said, "Wait, you have me on video? Why didn't you say so?"
Ironically, this was the exact same exchange when he was interviewed for the Trump Organization.
The underscored statements and representations above were false, as De Oliveira knew, because De Oliveira had personally observed and helped move Trump's boxes when they arrived at the Mar-a-Lago Club in January of 2021.
And because he's a criminal.
De Oliveira asked, "Is underscoring statements like grading on a curve?"
All in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1001A2, a true bill. Four-person, Jack Smith, Special Counsel, United States Department of Justice.
This has been PolitiPod's set up to be let down Indictment Watch 2023, the Superseding Edition. Thank you for having joined PolitiPod entities Erika Klemmt-Ginsberg, GD Fenderson, Tom Bickle, and Matt Nisenoff. Until next indictment, and we're planning on that being about next week.